Hello and welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage. We are going to be doing a little bit of a thumbnail episode this episode because, well, I think our next thing to do on the world map is probably the main story, and I want to start that off on the main story, so we're just getting to the point where we can do that. So what's first? What is number one on our list? Well, it's the thing that's always number one on our list. It's the well. Why are we going to the well? Well, it's because it has items in it, and because it's the way that we get rid of our leftover meals, as they're not really that good. We have someone else to speak to after the well. We have a little bit of dialogue we haven't previously had, so let's grab this. So this was a 3-star well, so it got us a lollipop, which we can chuck back down there, a novice book and an expert book. So what are the novice book and the expert book? That's what I want to just be sure on here. So an expert book is 1000 and a novice book is 100 SP. So actually we have quite a lot of SP just sitting there, especially with the adept books as well. It might be time to just get a few extra abilities. Oh yeah, we also have one genuine talisman that we should use because we got that from the Byleth one. So yeah, we should probably use those. Anyway, transform items. Let's get rid of the lollipop as I'm not going to use them. What else have we got in here? We got anything good in here? Or anything worth chucking away, I should say? What about the mend with 1 use in it? It pushed up to a 2 upgrade chance. That seems fine. The physic with a 2 use on it. Fortify is probably still good with 3 uses. Physic with 3 uses on it. There you go. I've chucked our garbage there. Oh, wait. Before we do that, obviously chuck Tamara's meal down. Okay, that's fine. The physic with 3 uses on it. Yeah, that seems good. And that'll then transform. Wonderful. Do we have any money? Yeah, we have 5,000 from the previous mission, so we can rebuy and restock. Just thought I'd check, now that it's too late to do anything about it. Next thing on our list. Oh, yep, I said there was someone to speak to. Next thing on our list is down here. We have the other emblem who has some dialogue for us. Hello there.
Listen.
I'm glad to be back, but there are still emblems in enemy hands. They want to be by your side. Okay. Cool. Again, not mind-blowing dialogue, but we got it. Right. Over here, we're going to have a look at the pool, because we should double check that we don't have supports between them. Oh, did I not do the Etier Forgado one or the Hortensia Goldberry one last time? Oh no, we must have got this one during combat, so I just forgot to do their one last time. That's actually probably good. It reminds me that I need to actually do it. But yes, Bune and Chloe, we're going to try and get up to the next rank. There you go. Well, that was easy. The one after that is Boucheron and Lapis. So let's get them loaded up into the machine. Boucheron Lapis. Boucheron Lapis. Lapis. I am kind of tempted to leave the Forgado Ete one on there. You know what? Sure. Let's leave this one on there. That's fine. Just so we remember to do it. Right. Skip to results. Wonderful. Right. So we now have them. And now it's time to do some supports. Let's start with Gold Mary and Hortensia.
Gold Mary, I heard a rumor that some gentlemen callers were asking after you in town.
What do you mean in town? We're on a flying island.
I'm sorry that you didn't hear it from me, but it happens too often for me to tell you every time.
Oh, I'm not mad. So, what did you do? What did you tell them?
I declined as politely as I could.
That makes sense. I guess you're pretty used to this kind of thing, huh? I mean, this has been happening to you for a while, right?
I'm afraid so. I seem to attract that sort of attention wherever I go. I'm sorry if my natural charisma is in any way an inconvenience to you.
No, that's not what I mean. That kind of stuff just doesn't happen to me, is all.
It will when you're older.
What, like I'm a little kid or something?
I believe so, yes.
Of course not.
Well, I guess I should look on the bright side. You set the standard of charming. I only expect the best from my retainers. I'm proud to see you excel.
Thank you.
Speaking of excellence, maybe you can teach me some of your skills. Cooking, for instance.
Everyone coming to Gold Mary for cooking lessons or something? Did I miss something? Is that her main defining character trait?
It would be my pleasure.
Okay. This is the second person we've seen go to Gold Mary for cooking lessons. Okay. Talking of cooking, Bonet, Chloe, and the fair folks' food.
As I have told you before, ingredients tell me how to cook them.
Yeah, so you've said.
I never disregard their voices. Thus, I have been searching high and low. I have sought out ingredients that ask, indeed beg, to be made into folk food.
Does that mean you found some?
Yes, look! A shellfish from the ponds of Solm, and some mushrooms unique to the Queendom's forests.
Wow, what a weird color.
And this, a numbing spice. It will stamp out all sensation as soon as it hits your tongue.
A spice that numbs?
You're not scared, are you?
Who, me? I want to try this so bad that I can hardly stand it.
I knew your culinary courage would not falter. Now, behold, the ultimate folk food.
Incredible. That's exactly the kind of careless presentation folk food ought to have.
The splendor does not stop at its presentation. Please, have a taste.
Oh boy, oh boy! Oh my goodness! That spice sure did a number on my tongue. But the sauce brings it right back to life, and the texture is just indescribable! This is what made me fall in love with folk food. If a stall sold it, I'd eat there every day.
It's strange. At first, I was simply moved by your passion for food.
But now I am moved by my passion for you.
But now I see that this was a necessary step on the road to gastronomic expertise. Whether it is served on a porcelain plate or in an unassuming wrapper, good food is good food. Street fare and gourmet food alike can bring joy to their eaters.
Exactly. Thanks, Bonet.
Now, what would you like to eat next?
You mean you'll fix me something else?
I am always happy to take requests from a true food lover.
No kidding! More gourmet quality folk food? I'm so happy I might cry.
Please don't do that. My food and I are not going anywhere.
Yeah, good point. I'll take my time and think carefully. The next folk food I get from you is going to be the stuff of legend.
Yeah, it's a nice friendship they've got there. Two of them bonding over their love of weird and wonderful food. Cool. Next up we have Fogado and Etier.
What to do?
About what, Prince Fogado?
It's nothing serious. I'm just struggling to come up with ideas for my next party. I want to do something that puts a smile on everyone's face, but it's a little tricky.
What's so hard about a party?
Well, there aren't many bands available for gigs in wartime. Plus, our budget's really limited, so there's not much room for error.
Huh. I hadn't thought about all that, but you've got a point.
Oh, what if we have a dessert party? Get together and just eat some sweet treats?
Desserts are the opposite of a party.
Oh?
Huh. I've never met anyone who hated dessert.
Hate's a strong word. I just love my muscles too much to load up on empty calories like that. What do you say to a workout party instead?
What kind of party is that?
It's where a bunch of people get together and do nothing but tone their muscles.
Huh. Interesting suggestion, but I don't think that would be everyone's cup of tea.
You don't think so?
Nah, I'll keep brainstorming. Thanks, though.
Okay. A bit weird, but I was looking for a bit weird. And now we have Lapis and Boucheron, the suggested one.
You're Boucheron, right? I'm Lapis. I'll be on serving duty starting today.
That's right. I'm Boucheron. I'll be serving with you, looks like. Nice to meet you. Let's get this done quick. I think everyone's pretty hungry. Here we go. That should be enough milk.
Enough? That's way too much.
You think so? It seems about right to me.
Then you need to get your eyes checked. That's enough milk to last 10 days.
What are you talking about? It won't last the length of this meal.
What are you talking about? Look, pour 1 part milk into the cup, then add 10 parts water.
Hold on a second. Why would you add water? And why so much?
You don't dilute your milk? I always heard it was unhealthy to drink straight.
That's weird.
That's the first I've heard of it.
You're not messing with me, right? You're being serious?
Completely serious.
Oh. In that case, forget I said anything. I must have been confused.
I'm a little confused myself.
Alright then. Well, there was the setup. And I get the feeling there's gonna be more later. Oh, right, yes, we're not done here. Let's just go in here and get the next part. So, now we can run all the way over here, all the way over, and it's clan cooking today. For a second there I thought the cafe was completely empty. And it's just these 3 hiding in the corner. He kind of blends in, it's almost camouflage. Okay, anyway,
Hi
hello.
there.
Hi. I would like to order a meal. The meal will be between Boucheron and Lapis. What can you do me? Yeah, okay, we don't have any meat yet. Very veggie stew we can make. Ah, the hot crepe. Not only can we make it, but it also gives +1 to multiple stats. This seems great. We'll have all of that. And then I think probably fruit on that. Yeah. Makes sense. I still don't know what the extra ingredients do. I'm sure I could look it up, but it's much more fun just to pick it based upon, you know, what the dish is.
I'm pretty good at cooking, I think. So I add this, I stir it, I chop it. Wait,
Although that said he was eager, not capable.
it turned out really well.
Oh, that's good.
Listen.
I just finished reading a cookbook. What have you been up to, Lapis?
Sure.
I was gathering stray branches and stones. I can use them for crafting, and it tidies this place up. Hey, they had unique dialogue. Oh, okay. All units gain that, but if you're male, you get strength, speed, defense, magic, and res? That's incredible.
I feel weird giving you leftovers, but, here you go.
Don't you worry about the leftovers. I know exactly where to put them. Right. While we're here, let me just think. Is there anything we need to do outside? Don't think so. Right. Let's do an achievement buy. There we go. So we're now over 10,000 bond fragments again. We have a lot of bond fragments. The fish this week we're giving 500 fish. So very, very full on bond fragments. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to try and buy another couple of rings, just to see if we can get some S rings. And then we're going to head over to the arena. So let's have a look here. And we should probably polish bracelets while we're here if we find anybody we want to give anything to. We still don't have any leaf ones. Yeah, maybe I buy a couple thousands on leaf and just see what we can get. We got a B. Wow, we still have bad luck on leaf. Okay, I'll buy another lot. Hey, an S for Ocean. So it's speed, luck, and +2 build. Okay, wait, is that the one we already had? No, wait, we didn't already have one. We had the A rank. Okay. So +2 build is an interesting ring. Who's not using a special ring? You're not using a special ring, but build won't help you. Build probably won't help you very much. Yeah, yeah, your speed isn't actually lowered right now. Oh, it is actually lowered. Okay. But you do have magic on your ring, which is probably more valuable. Yagetsu isn't using one. Rosado already has a lot of build from his one. Although, is your speed down? It's still down, huh? It could give you that. What's your ring giving you right now? Your ring is currently giving you dex, speed, and res. So we could... the fact it's giving you speed... Yeah, actually speed is probably better. Because it's giving you... it's giving you 1 speed. So 1 speed or 2 build. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of close. One thing I was considering for Rosado, right? Is because we've... was it Rosado we put the build into, or was it Panette? I think it was... Did I forget to put it on? No, it must be Rosado. Yeah, it's Rosado I put the build onto, right? What I was wondering is there a world where we can potentially double hit with this Steel Great Axe? This is quite heavy. It says cannot follow up, so obviously not. But there might be a world where you can equip it, attack, and then not get double hit back. That would be interesting. Yeah, its weight is 14. What's your build? Your build is currently 15. So that world could be now. Yeah, that world could be now. Hurricane Axe would probably also be worth having. Because it does magic damage. But let's swap this out for right now for the Iron Axe. Yeah, sure. Let's try that. Yeah, that might give Rosado a heavy amount of damage that we can do with them. Yeah, sure. Right, we don't need the build ring, but you know, it's something to think about. It's better than the Iron Axe, which we're currently not using. Next thing, what I want to do is I want to just do a little check of everybody and see if anyone's missing a slot. Like, for instance, we're currently missing a slot for a skill. It seems like we could quite easily buy a skill to fill that slot. So that's something to think about. Zelkov as well has a slot which we could put a skill into. Anyone who's just got none, like Louis, has 2 slots for skills. This seems like we could easily fill that. Let's see who we can find for Louis. Alright, let's go here to inherit skills and then go to Louis. Let's see what we can find. So we do have an option of giving him increased defense. This one would probably be fine. It would make him better at what he does. However, there is a little bit of diminishing returns with defense. One, once you hit the max amount of defense that you need to hit 0 damage, it becomes useless afterwards, right? Same with every other stat, I guess, in a way. But the other diminishing return of defense is that if you actually hit the point where the enemy will do 0 damage to you, they don't hit you anymore, right? They simply walk by you or ignore you or whatever. So this is not super valuable. What would be more valuable is finding a way to get either his damage to increase, so he's more of a threat that we can use. Like if the enemy ignore him, as long as he can kill them, that's kind of fine. Or what we want to do is we want to get it so that he doesn't die to magic users. Either one of those outcomes I think will be pretty good for him. So here, what's dual support? Grants a bonus to Avo. Yeah, that's probably not going to be useful. I just forgot what this one was. That increases with support level with adjacent allies. Okay, that one kept activating with Allquest using it, and I was meaning to check that at some point. If a unit is able to chain attack, you are not able to chain attack, right? Yeah. Yeah, you're not able to chain attack. Corrin? Draconic Hex? That's kind of interesting, actually. Yeah. Draconic Hex. If you hit a unit, its stats go down. Kind of valuable for Louis. I wonder if that triggers with Great Aether, right? So you could have him in a group of enemies. With Draconic Hex on, he activates. He hits all of those enemies, and they all lose stats. That could be interesting. I don't know if it's the way it works, but That could be good. The other one with Corrin is obviously increased HP. Like, that's one way to survive the magic damage that he could take, is, you know, if he has increased HP, doesn't really matter if he's taking, you know, 50 damage. If he has 80 HP, he's okay. Anything in here? Nothing in here looks amazing. Divine Pulse is kinda cool, because Divine Pulse would allow him to not miss as often, but like, it's not really what we're looking for. These are DLC, so we'll move away from them. Erica. Makes it so he doesn't get crit. He doesn't really get crit right now. Could make it so you take 3 less damage, but again, that doesn't really, like, that's not really going to help. That's the same problem with defense, right? If it goes down to 0, he suddenly becomes a lot less useful. Here, speed, probably not his major issue. Unless we want him to try and double up, but like, I don't think that's on the cards for him. What's his stats? What are his stats like? I don't think that's on the cards. Speed is 10. Yeah, no, that's not really on the cards. It's not even really on the cards for him to get his speed up to a point where he doesn't get double hit. That's not really his thing. He's pretty much always going to be double hit. That, by the way, is one of the reasons why I was trying to raise speed on someone like Rosado. It wasn't necessarily so I could double hit the enemy, although that's a nice benefit. What I wanted was, because Rosado's defense and res are not really that good right now, I was aiming to get speed high enough so that we don't get double hit. So now the enemies have to have at least 25 speed to be able to double hit him. If I can get the speed up a little bit more, it suddenly becomes at the point where he's only getting single hit, and that works really well for us. But, yeah, we're not quite where we need to be yet. Right. Back to Louis. So speed's not his thing. Alacrity, therefore, is not his thing. Speed Taker probably isn't his thing. Leaf. Again, like, none of this is really going to work for us. I mean, maybe Vantage. Because Louis has a huge amount of HP, Vantage has more value, because his 25% HP is much larger than other people's. Again, Vantage, I think, is more useful. I think I said this last time, but maybe I didn't. Vantage is more useful if that HP percentage number is higher. Like, if that was 75% instead of 25%, Vantage suddenly, you know, jumps up in value significantly, because you can trigger it with less danger, but yeah, it's not right now. Canter is interesting again. Wonder if you can canter with Great Aether. That would be a weird one, right? You Great Aether, that's you acting, and then you move 3 spaces further in. Momentum Plus probably isn't his thing. Headlong Rush probably isn't his thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, none of these really scream that they'd be good for him. Maybe Lance Agility? No, because we don't care about... Yeah, we don't care about that whatsoever. Lance Power? Attack at the cost of Avo. Now, that could be pretty good for him. It's only +2 attack there. It costs so much, though. Look at that. That costs 5,000 SP. But it is very good. Like, that's, to be fair, that one is +10 attack for the same amount of Avo as level 4. Yeah, so 10 extra attack for Louis would be very nice. Maybe that's what we start buying. We start buying Lance Power on him. So we need Sigurd to level 6. Okay, Sigurd to level 6 for him. Let's polish a ring. Ring is going to be Sigurd. We're going to polish Sigurd with Louis. We're going to start.
This ring is filthy, don't you think? Is that not a waste of time? You are a strange one. Well done. The ring shines like new.
Cool. So that's that. So we should be able to start working towards that when we get to the arena. So that's him. Just going through. I don't think there's anything for us necessarily. We kind of looked before, but nothing really jumps out that we need right now. The only thing that we might want now is something off of Lynn if we decide to switch off of Lynn. But beyond that, there's not a huge amount that we want. Yeah, Draconic Hex is actually like insanely good, so potentially that one. But beyond that, I don't really have a I don't really have a favorite there. What else have we got? Allcrest. Allcrest we could in theory just buy up to Dex +5. Yeah, I mean that's an extra 2 Dex. That's not bad. It's probably worth doing that. Draconic Hex, again, because Allcrest can attack from a larger range, this is incredibly valuable. Being able to do -4. There does get to a point where it's not valuable to have everybody with Draconic Hex, because of it doesn't seem like it stacks. But it's still pretty good. I don't know. The Dex one is nice. What would that put his Dex up to a fairly high level? Then we put his Dex up to 46 as a base. Well, at least with the current buff. So that'd be like it'd be 45 without the buff, I think. So that's potentially worth it. There's some value in that. Avo at the cost of crit does not sound useful though. Anything else in here? Bow focus, hit at the cost of dodge. He doesn't really have a problem hitting the enemy. Yeah, and then this is just pure hit as well. Wait, how much hit is that on the bow? So that's... Oh, it's very cheap. Okay. I was thinking here, wait, why would you not just take Sigurd's? It's because of the SP cost. Okay, it's so much cheaper on Lynn. I don't know if 2 these is worth 1,500 SP. I don't know. It might be. But I don't know. Okay, so we'll leave him alone. So Louis level 6. Allcrest, you're kind of okay. Merrin, you currently have nothing. Is Merrin... Well, let's go and have a look at Merrin for a second. Does Merrin have a build problem? Probably not, because we're using swords. Yeah, what do we want Merrin to be able to do? I think Merrin being a little tankier actually could be good. Just have a look. So Merrin is at defense 16. We could potentially boost Merrin's tankiness. That would be useful. That seems to be generally useful on everybody. So we could either do that by increasing Merrin's HP, so that would be yet another Corrin one. But it's great value. Or we could do something like try and increase defense with Ike. We could even do both, right? She's got 2,000 points. We could give her 4 defense plus 10 HP. That would be reasonable. Yeah, that's definitely reasonable. That, or we could give her something like Resolve. Yeah, so that would potentially give her 5 defense and res under certain circumstances. It would be the same cost, but potentially more valuable under a lot of circumstances that we'd run into. So we could do that with the 10 HP. She's then more likely to be able to stay under 75 HP more often. I kind of like that. Resolve plus 10 HP. It makes her a much tankier unit. Is that what we want her to do, though? I guess. We generally use her to apply poison. So that's an option. The other option is that we go into speed with her, right? And we try and raise her Avo. Because her Avo is pretty high to start with. Yeah, it's 69 currently. Like, what's Zelkov's? Zelkov's is 86. Allcrest is 45. It's pretty high. Yeah, 80 on Pandreo as a base. That's incredible. That is actually incredible. How much of that... Can we see what of that is because of speed? No, the emblem gives plus 12. Oh, that's because of luck. Yes, because luck gives luck builds into Avo, I think. Somebody was telling me about this. I can't remember. So emblem gives +2 there. Is it every 2 luck is an Avo? Yeah, I think that's it. Do we have anybody who doesn't have a luck buff currently from an emblem? Panette currently does not have a luck buff from an emblem. Okay. Panette, you are our experimentation. So Panette, you currently do not have a luck buff from an emblem. All we have to do is find an emblem that gives luck, and then we can have a look. So that increases your dodge. I need somebody who gives like 2 luck. Do I have anyone who gives 2 luck? Not on that list. Nope. I'm sure I must have an emblem that gives 2 luck, right? Like somebody I would have said, nah, they're awful. Never use them. They only give luck. Let's see here. There we go, 2 luck. Look at that. Every 2 luck gives an Avo. Okay. Does speed even build in? Does that even affect Avo? I think it does. I'm just like, does it? In my head? So we could potentially do that for something. Not switch her onto that. But we could potentially give Merrin a lot of luck. Another 6 luck gives her 5 Avo. So potentially what we could do for Merrin is we could give her Byleth's +12 luck, although we can't quite get there. We could give her +10 luck, which would be 5 Avo. Okay, that's potentially something we could do. Also gives her dodge as well. That's an option. I like the HP one because I understand it better. That's the reason why I like HP plus Resolve. It's a very easy to understand buff. While Avo is a little bit kind of out there. I guess HP also works quite nicely with Gentility, because if you're taking less damage and you have a larger amount of HP, and then you have more armor on top of that, it basically means that you're just more of a wall that's difficult to take down. I wish you could see what the other one does here. That would be so useful if you could see what the other one does here. I don't know if there's a way of doing that. If you could, that would be good. I'm going to give her Ike and Karn. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with the one that I want to go with because it sounds best. Even though there might be another path to take.
Cleaning the ring? Good. Wire?
Like, if she's tanky and has high avoidance, that's probably good.
That's not bad. Take a break. Take a break. Wire? It's fine. You're gonna polish there?
There we go.
Wire? It's fine. You worked hard. I'll repay you in battle.
Cool. So that's a happy Ike. Karn. Let's go Karn and Merrin.
How did this ring get so dirty? Well done.
There we go.
What are you doing? That spot's not dirty. No need to clean there.
Okay.
What are you doing? That spot's not dirty. No need to clean there. That spot's not dirty. What are you doing?
I don't really know what I'm doing, Karn.
What are you doing?
Here looks dirty.
What are you doing? That spot's not dirty. That spot's not dirty.
Then why is the dirt rubbing off?
Excellent work. I'm quite happy with the results.
Okay, cool. So that's the plan for Merrin. Who else doesn't have skills? Seadoll has skills. Ivy needs skills. Okay. Ivy. What are we looking at on Ivy? Ivy needs speed. Honestly, Ivy needs speed. I don't know whether 4 speed is enough, but I think Ivy somehow needs speed. I want to be able to see their stats in this screen as well. I guess I could go to a different screen to do this. I think that's probably Ivy's main thing. If Ivy was faster, that would probably help. Yeah. Maybe some luck would be good, because apparently her base luck is terrible, but let's have a look. Ivy currently has 18 speed. We could give her 4 speed. It's up to 22. I don't think that's enough. We would really like her to double hit. But I don't know if we're going to be able to get her there. That might be enough to stop her being double hit, but probably isn't quite enough. We could speed taker on her. We could go... There could be a world, right? Where we put Lynn onto Ivy. Right? I think that there could be a world where we put Lynn onto Ivy. It wouldn't be any good right now, but I think it could work out for us. The only problem is, currently, we're using Lynn quite a lot for the Divine Dragon. What do we need here? What's the main benefit of having Lynn on here? Call doubles increase, gives you an extra double. Ivy's would give it extra Avo, but that doesn't really matter because Divine Dragon's Avo is already much better. And Astra Storm has increased range. Okay, the range is nice. 5 is a much lower range. Unless that means that we're on 15. No, it must be range 10 base and we're on range 15. Okay. Oh, and it will be using our strength for Astra Storm while it will be using her strength for Astra Storm, which means it will do less damage as well. Right? Yeah, so it will be doing 10 less damage, which then is at 30%, so it'll be doing like 3 damage a hit. That's not really that insane. But we could do something like that. That might be a way to fix our speed problems, because she would end up getting the same speed that the Divine Dragon is currently getting. Divine Dragon's currently getting a +5 boost. Plus we could give her the +5 from Lynn to give her another +5 boost. So she could get a +10 boost over where she is now, to put her at 28 speed. Then you'd get Speed Taker. There's a world where that could work. Yeah. I don't know, I think we leave it, Ivy. Pandreo! What does Pandreo need? What does he do? I'm going to do it in here, actually. This might be a better screen for it, because I can look at our stats at the same time. Pandreo... Oh no, he doesn't need any... He doesn't need hit. He doesn't miss. Doesn't need build. I don't think needs speed either. Speed is absolutely fine. Yeah, I think speed is fine. Doesn't need any of this. This doesn't need any of this stuff. Ike could take resolve potentially. That would be interesting. But again, I don't really think is what we need here. Like, increased defense would be nice, but I don't think that's gonna like change the character greatly. Could potentially, I don't know, get dual support would be nice, I guess, for the increased Avo. That one kind of synergizes with what Pandreo has going on right now. Pandreo plus Alcrest standing next to each other, given that they have a shared support, that would be quite good. Yeah, okay, and then Karin gives you quality time plus HP, plus Draconic Hex. I don't know, like, it feels like a Karin one right now, but there's nothing we need there. We do know that there's a magic one coming up at some point, because we've seen all the rings. So maybe that would be good there. Higetsu. Honestly, I don't know what you need. Again, kind of just good at what he does. Momentum would be kind of cool for the attack on move, like the move to attack thing. I think Higetsu waits because there's a sword-based one coming up. I might be done here. Yeah, I think I'm done here. Let's go for the Marin and Louis changes, right? So Louis is getting to level 6 with Sigurd. I think it's Sigurd. And then Marin is getting to HP plus 10 plus resolve. Okay, let's do that. So, now we're going to head to the arena. Now that I've talked back and forth a little bit as to what we're doing. yeah, I think we really need some of the other rings to get. Be nice if you could see them, actually, the other rings, but they were grayed out. I guess from a story-wise perspective, they didn't want to tell you the rings were coming back necessarily, even though you kind of knew. But, like, yeah, it would be nice to see them grayed out so you could plan your build. I guess you could just look it up online, I guess. But anyway, let's do the emblem stuff first while I remember who we got. So level 6 for you. And that's going to get us, just to confirm, that's going to get us Lance Power 2. Yeah, okay, let's do that.
I've been observing the way you fight.
I am Sigurd of House Chalfie. How vexing.
Did I win? How satisfying.
You're a natural people pleaser, are you not? I could stand to learn that kindness from you.
I simply enjoy being of service. It makes me happy to be present while others interact.
Okay, cool. We will then follow that up with another emblem training between Louis and Sigurd. This is as far as we're going for right this second.
I shall serve as your opponent today.
I am Sigurd. Prepare yourself.
Again, it's an auto win for Louis. That gets us to level 6. And then we can inherit a skill. So we go Louis, we inherit from... make sure we inherit from the right person. Lance Power 2. And then we can equip a skill in here. And that now means that he's going to be a little bit scarier with the lance. So he's going to have an extra 4 attack. So a lot more damage in theory with the lance. We could give him axe power as well if we wanted to. We would have to use some boots to give him enough SP, but we could potentially do that if we want him to be even stronger with the axes when he has them equipped, but I'm not that worried about it. Marin, you are going to be training with Ike first. Let me just check. You can't... Can you inherit... you can inherit Resolve, right? I just want to go back and double check you can inherit Resolve before I just do that. Yes, we saw Resolve. And in fact, Resolve down here as well we could get, which gives you 7 stats, which would be better as well. Okay. So, just want to check before I do it. Better to do it now than to regret it later. So we're going to level 5 here.
I am Marin. I seek a worthy opponent.
I'm Ike. You've got no need to hold back.
Oh, I think Ike might win. Although Marin keeps dodging, which is probably advantageous, but Ike only has to hit twice. And he did. It was close though.
I'm sure you and I will get on just fine, Sir Ike. We meat connoisseurs have to stick together.
Right. Well, I'm glad to be working with you too, Marin.
Okay. Sure. So that gets us these bond effects, none of which particularly matter. Unless we put Ike on Marin, which seems like a combination that is unlikely to happen. Then like to go to Ike and grab Resolve. That's step number 1 of the 2-step plan. Step number 2 is that we train Marin up with Corin. There we go, level 5.
I am Marin, Royal Knight of Somme. Prepare yourself.
I am Corin. I'm looking forward to this. This is not good!
Absolutely destroyed. Not a chance.
Pains me.
A superb sparring match. Thank you.
Lady Corrin, I will protect you. I know you're strong, but still, I feel it's my duty as a knight.
Thank you kindly, but I can't be injured. What's important to me is that you protect yourself.
Awesome. We got that one. We got some HP that we're gonna get soon. Let's go in here again. And we're gonna upgrade to level 9. There we go.
Just the challenger I was hoping for. Let's fight.
My name is Corrin, ready to fight.
Can't take it! This loss pains me.
A superb sparring match. Thank you.
That gets us up to level 9. And then we can inherit the skills. So we're looking into Corrin here. There we go. Grab that. Let's head all the way out. Go to inventory and get some of these equipped. So that's going to make Corrin feel a lot stronger. Yeah. So Corrin's going to feel a lot tankier now. The increased HP puts her in line with, like, kind of in line with Louis, in line with Zelkov in terms of HP. And the resolve is going to make her feel a lot tankier when she's, like, not full HP. Well, 75% of 54. What it is it's an easy calculation that you should be able to do off the top of your head without needing to spend any particular amount of time on it. It's like 13, 14-ish. So let's say that if she was on 40 HP, that would trigger. Okay. That's reasonably likely, right? You could take a 14 hit and still be going. Okay. So that's fine. Yeah, should be good. Right. I think that's it here, right? I think that's it for that one. We haven't done a regular arena, so let's do a regular arena. So here, we're just looking for anyone who's like close to a level. Like Gold Mary is quite close to a level, but we'll get a few extra stats here.
Prepare to be awestruck.
I am Etier, a royal knight of Firenze.
This one could be close. Never mind.
I really thought I had you.
I'm sorry that you stood no chance.
I didn't even realize the HP bars like extended based upon like the HP value comparatively. So Etie's was so tiny there because Gold Mary's HP is insane compared. Okay, let's do this again.
Apologies in advance for the devastation.
Hi there, I'm Jean, a doctor in training.
Oh, never mind. If Jean could do damage, he would be there. Oh, it's because Jean's using the initiate art for some reason. That's why he's doing no damage.
Sorry that you stood no chance.
Gold Mary levels up to level 7. Nice. More strength, more defense, more HP. All good stuff to have. And then, anyone else kind of close to a level? Merrin is super close to a level. I think I'd love to get that the extra XP on Merrin. Yeah, let's do that. The reason I'm mixing it up a little bit more from Jean as well, if I didn't mention it before, was just to get the extra supports from mixing things up.
I've been observing the way you fight.
Yeah, this is an easy Louis win. Yeah, I mean, this is going to keep going, but it's a Louis win 100% of the time. Okay. I mean, it could be a Merrin win, but you would have to be in actual combat and able to use abilities and stuff. Extra res is not bad. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. Her res is actually reasonably high. Could be good against mages. Would be useful if we had like a fight against like all mages. Wouldn't that be crazy? Anyway, it's now time for us to head to our room. And we'll get the remaining supports we have done. Do the wake up event. Do the bond ones that we have. I think we have one bond thing left. And then we'll see where we're at. Right. So, bonds, Pandreo, and Byleth. This is their level 20 bond.
Folks turn to the church when they're troubled. but sometimes I don't know how to help them.
I see. Pandreo, sometimes just listening to a person is the help they truly need.
That's really wise, Professor. Would it be okay if I talked to you about my troubles sometimes?
Of course. Talk to me anytime. And I hope I can turn to you for advice as well, Pandreo.
Well, I mean, it's kind of what you did in Three Houses. You mostly just spent your time listening to other people's problems. So yeah, cool. Supports. We have Goldmary Etier and Lapis Boucheron. Let's do Lapis Boucheron's B.
Looks like it's the two of us on serving duty again today.
Looks like it. Ooh, we get steak today.
It looks so delicious. Gather around, everyone. Bring your rice and line up.
Wait, why are you calling everyone? We serve people one at a time.
Uh-huh. But we have to fill up on the smell first.
Oh.
Fill up on what? What are you talking about?
The steak smell, of course. You've got to eat your rice while you can smell the steak grilling. That's how you get full.
Huh?
Come on, Boucheron. You're a grown-up. You should know all this by now.
Is this some Brodian custom?
No. This is how people eat all over the world.
Don't think it is.
Says who?
My family back home, and everyone else in the village for that matter.
Lapis, I don't think anyone else does that. Not anywhere in the world.
Nuh-uh. You're not fooling me again.
No, I'm not joking. I mean it.
Really? You're not just teasing me? Because that would be really rude.
Once again, I'm completely serious.
You're right. Silly me. I guess I got a little mixed up again.
Whereas for me, certain things are becoming clearer.
Alright then. And now it's Goldmary and Etier. Etier, you've had a lot of screen time this episode. Well done. For not being in the party, you've somehow managed to, you know, be in quite a few supports.
Another delicious looking spread for dinner. Ooh, and they've got baked potatoes tonight. Lucky for me, there's still one left. Gotta get my starches in after all. Feels like everything's going my way.
Oh, I'm gonna step in here. Excuse me.
Did you just... That baked potato was mine.
Then you should have taken it instead of staring at it.
Ugh. This is just the kind of thing I'd expect an Illusian to do.
Only when there are Firennes in the way.
I don't think you want to push this with me, lady. Hand over the baked potato.
Respectfully, I decline.
Oh.
You decline? That's a fine thing to say for a potato thief.
I can't steal what wasn't yours to begin with. Any authority figure would agree.
That's it. No more talk. Give me that potato.
No.
You can't just eat it.
Delicious. Sorry, I got distracted for a moment there. What were you saying?
Wow.
Have it your way. But don't think this is over. You're gonna pay.
Oh, we have to do more of that. Okay then. Well, time to have someone watch us sleep.
I'm here to wake you up if that's all right. Still asleep, are you? Perhaps my voice is a touch too soothing. That's all right. Feel free to enjoy your rest a while longer. Wake up at your leisure. Good morning. Are you happy to see me? Of course you are.
Alright then. And with that, I believe we've done everything we need to do this episode. Thank you for watching. Next time we're going to go and do some main story, but before that, in between episodes, I'm going to go do some inventory. I also need to go and do the fortune teller so we can get the increased supports potentially, and a 1 in a million chance the two people are standing next to each other in combat. But yeah, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.